to get kick-started with today's edition of Market Fatafat. Lots of stocks to talk about, and for that, let me welcome on board Nagaraj Shetti, Technical and Derivative Analyst, Research Analyst at HDFC Securities. And from our research team today, we have Jinay joining us. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us on ET Now. Nagaraj, before I come to you for your stock, I want to highlight one space that's been a buzz today, and that's the entire consumption space. FMCG stocks have been doing pretty well in today's trade. Remember, it was a big loser yesterday, but has seemed to have found its footing in today's trade once again, because let's take a look at why this is happening. It's on the back of a Citi note coming in on investor feedback on FMCG and consumption. What they are first highlighting is that they have fair trade on overweight. They're overweight on Britannia, underweight on Dabur, and overweight once again on Trent. They're also maintaining their underweight stance on Page as well. When it comes to top buys amongst investors who are investing in the consumption space, you have names like Varun Beverages, GCPL, HUL, Britannia, Jubilant Food, Kalyan Jewellers, Trent and Polycab. These are emerging to be top winners and top stocks where a lot of buying attraction and buying interest among investors is being seen. However, on the flip side, if you take a look at what's been on the top selling radar of all of the investors, the likes of Colgate, Dabur, Asian Paints, D-Mart and Page Industries, which is the operator of Jockey in India, all of these stocks are seeing some kind of selling interest coming in from investors. To sum it up, Citi says that they have seen keen interest in Varun Beverages, HUL, Godrej Consumers, Britannia, Dabur, Marico Jewelry, and even the QSR space is doing pretty well. The likes of Jubilant Foodworks, Devyani, the likes of Trent, D-Mart and Asian Paints too. While near-term outlook remains challenging, they see interest in India consumer space from a long-term growth opportunity perspective. So positive note coming in, lots of names on the radar of buyers in fact and investors. So the FMCG pack is holding up rather smartly in today's trade.
Alright, that's about the consumption basket. We're moving on then, and let's talk about BPCL then. And Nagaraj, first of all, a very good afternoon. And BPCL is the first stock that you are highlighting at this point in time. It's more than a 1% move, Nagaraj, in such market as well. Tell us the big targets here.
Hi, good afternoon, Srishti. BPCL was in a downtrend over the last many months, last couple of months, in fact, and recently made an attempt to show upside bounces from lower the support from the lows of around 280 levels, which was the support. Currently placed at the very good support and showing some kind of evolution of the previous uptrend. I'm expecting further upside bounce for the stock price in the near term, and the next overhead resistance to be watched around 335 to 340 in the near term.
Okay, right. So that's the targets coming in on BPCL, but Srishti, Swiggy on your radar?
Well, certainly, Snehi, this whole QSR space is a bit under pressure. Stocks like Zomato as well as Swiggy, they are down in trade today, but especially Swiggy. That's a 4% profit booking that we are seeing after the anchor lock-in ends. After the anchor lock-in end, there are around 6.5 crore shares, or at least 3% stake of the company that is now eligible to trade, opening the doors for the anchor investors to go ahead and offload 50% of their holdings in the stock if they wish to do so. And the lock-in of the remaining 50% owned by the anchor investor ends on February 9th. So on the back of this news flow, this counter is seen to be a bit under pressure, but nevertheless, if we talk about the whole space as then there are some of the other news flows such as Amazon that is now looking for a quick service. There are some bit of a competition that is kicking in, and the news flow around that, and probably one of the reasons that today Zomato is also down today, but especially for Swiggy, that's the news trigger that we wish to highlight.
Okay, so Swiggy under pressure on the back of that lock-in period opening for anchor investors. Jinay, you've picked out Bajaj Finance for us. We've been hearing a lot of announcements coming in for this stock. Tell us everything about it, and I also believe you have a brokerage note.
Well, definitely Bajaj Finance is in focus on the back of a brokerage note by Citi. They have maintained buy rating with a target price of 81.50. Now what they say that the key revisions in LRS 25 to 29 includes first is being a viable payments player aiming at 1% market share payments versus 3% earlier, and second is achieving cost efficiency by implementing Gen AI use cases. Apart from that, the more strategy for BFL 3.0 is AI Fin AI. The company is aiming first MSME as a next growth engine, then building market leadership in PL, gold loans, MFI and two-wheelers segment, and thirdly optimizing auto loans, and then launching green financing and corporate leasing is what company will be focusing on in coming years. If you look at stock price, currently it is up about 2.5%, trading at a 1 month high.
All right, Janay, thank you so much for highlighting the updates coming in from Bajaj Finance. The stock is at the day's highest point as well. But with this, it's time to now step into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Market Fatafat, and let's keep it going with all the buzzers in trade. And Nagaraj, I'm coming to you for your next stock, and that's an auto ancillary, Minda Corp. Tell us how is the technical setup looking like, and what are the targets that you are penciling in?
Minda Corp was moving into a larger range-bound action in a consolidation manner. Recently bounced back from the range level, currently placed at the resistance of around 550, 560 level, which is a down-sloping trend line. I think this stock is likely to break above this trend line resistance in the near term, and the whole scenario will change into an upside, and I'm expecting more upside for the stock on the upside breakout. This is an upside breakout is expected. So the next worried resistance to be watched on the upside breakout is around 620 to 630 level.
Okay, so those are the views that Nagaraj is spotting. Those are the levels, in fact, that Nagaraj is spotting for Minda Corp. But let's shift focus, talk about a stock that has been holding up pretty smartly ever since the opening bell today, and that is Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Even right now, trading with gains of almost 1.5%. This is on the back of a positive news flow coming in that the RBI has approved the reappointment of Mr. Banavar Anantaramaya Prabhakar as the part-time chairman of the bank for a further period of 3 years. This is going to be with effect from 23rd November, which means it's already kicked in, and it's going to go until November of 22nd, 2027. So a 3-year tenure has been locked in for Mr. Prabhakar as the part-time chairman of the bank. And on the back of this RBI approval has also come in on this now, and the stock is up 1.5% as we speak.
All right, that's about Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. But Nagaraj, once again coming to you, talk to us about Tata Communication. How do you see this stock on the charts?
Yes, after the downward correction of the last couple of months, this stock has been showing some accumulation pattern at 1700 odd levels, currently placed at the resistance of 200-day EMA somewhere around 1830, 1840 levels. The overall chart pattern is indicating that a rounding bottom formation is happening at the lower level, and I'm expecting a decisive upside breakout, sharp upside breakout from here onwards. So the next resistance to be watched on the upside breakout could be around 1940 to 1950.
All right, that's the take coming in on Tata Communications. And moving on then, and let's talk about another counter, and that is Hutco in focus today, as the company has inked an MOU with Delhi Development Authority, and that's the news flow on Hutco, and that's the spike on an intraday basis is what you have seen on the stock. But nevertheless, the stock is almost trading flat right now. But if we talk about this particular news flow, that's indeed is seen to be on the positive side, and that is Hutco, the news flow on the same.
Okay, so Hutco in focus on the back of this MOU signing with the DDA, but let's move on. And Janay, you've picked out BEML. It's an order win candidate. Stock is also holding up pretty smartly. Give us all the contours of what this order is.
BEML is in focus. The company has actually won 2 orders, one earlier today and one yesterday after market session. Firstly, the company has won a secured order for a 50-ton trailer. This is worth about 84 crores from Ministry of Defence. Now this trailer is specifically designed for the transformation of battle tanks and features about 12 wheels for durability and sustainability in the challenging terrains. The company's managing director Shri Shantanu Roy also said that the BEML is looking forward to expand their contributions even further in the defense segment. Apart from this, they also secured a contract worth 136 crores again from Ministry of Defence. This is for high mobility vehicles 8x8 times, and if you look at stock price, currently is gaining about 2.6%.
All right, that's the news flow coming in on BEML. But shifting focus to the railway counter then, and Nagaraj, from the pack that you have picked up IRFC. And what a move in today's trading session, more than 4% gain. And this is one of the beaten down names in the railway pack. So Nagaraj, what are the big targets that you are looking out for?
Yeah, I'm expecting further upside momentum to pick up in this railway stocks, and overall chart pattern is looking positive. Volume is breaking out on the upside breakout of the hurdles, and RSI is showing positive indications. The next overhead resistance to be watched for the stock could be around 180.
Okay, so 180 is the next level to watch out for on IRFC according to Nagaraj. On that note, we'll slip into a very short break on this edition of Market Fatafat and keep it going with all the buzzers on the other side. We'll be right back.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.